meeting of the Board of Public Works and Safety. Roll call.
Mr. DeSutton?
Here.
Ms. Gray? Here. Mr. Margraf?
Here.
Are there any conflict of interest statements?
No.
Approval of the minutes of the meeting of September 22nd and September 29th. Did we get those?
Motion to defer action?
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. We move down to correspondence. Item 5 is a bid opening on numerous demolition properties. We have 5 bidders. The first bid is from Acton Contracting LLC, Post Office Box 518, East Chicago, Indiana. They have their Form 96. And they have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. They bid on every property in the list, and their total bid is $232,223. The next bid is from RSR Demolition. It doesn't have an address on the front. (1370) Joliet Street, Dyer, Indiana. They have their Form 96, and they have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. They did not bid on every property. They did not bid on 842 114th. They did not bid 6642 Alexander, 939 Bauer, 5526 Beal, 2431 Birch, 917 Kane. They did not bid on any of those parcels, and their bid for all the other properties is $135,675. Next bid is from JM Industrial Services, 201 Marble Street, Hammond, Indiana. They have their Form 96, and they have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. They bid on all the properties, and their total bid is $196,400. Next bid is from Adams Landscaping and Lawn Care Incorporated, 7001 West 108th Avenue, Crown Point, Indiana. They have their Form 96. They have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. They bid on all the properties. Their bid is $356,010. The final bid is from Iesco Construction, 450 West Taft Drive, South Holland, Illinois. They have their Form 96, they have their non-inclusion affidavit signed. They did not bid all the properties. They bid 16 of the 21. They did not bid 842 114th. They did not bid 6642 Alexander, 1011 Cleveland, 6342 Euclid, 962 Sibley. Their total bid for the rest of the properties is $181,600. Do I have a motion to refer these to code enforcement for tabulation and recommendation?
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. What happened to my agenda? Did it go in the envelope? What about underneath here? It disappeared. We move down to item B, an agreement for construction engineering services with VS Engineering for the Second District Decorative Lighting Project, Doty Street from Homan Avenue to Lyman, Summer Street from Maywood to Columbia, Atlas Street from Chestnut to Walnut, Chestnut from Michigan to East Roosevelt Street, and Beale Avenue from Thornton to Fayette. And the contract amount is $25,400. Do I have a motion approving the contract with VS Engineering?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. Item C, Indiana Department of Transportation, Local Public Agency, Project Coordination Contract Supplement 1 for the Marquette Greenway, Hammond Lakefront Park to State Line. This is a standard agreement between the LPA and the state of Indiana. Do we have a motion approving the agreement?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
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 Motion passes. Item D, LPA Consulting Contract, DES number 1297017, Contract R34740 with American Structure Point for Chicago Street Phase 3. The contract amount is a not to exceed $958,772.32. Do we have a motion approving the agreement?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item E, LPA Consulting Contract, number 1500724, Contract R38972, Chicago Street, Reconstruction Phase 1, Advanced Clearing of the Right-of-Way. This contract with Structure Point is for $140,842.87. Do we have a motion approving the contract?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second.
Second, yes.
Those in favor say aye.
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 Those against, motion passes. Item F, we have an amendment to SEH of Indiana for construction observation and Orchard Drive reconstruction project, Kennedy to Arkansas. We'd like to defer action on this. Do I have a motion to defer action?
Motion to defer action.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Item G, correspondence received from Chief of Police John Doty advising of the resignation of Officer Keith Thompson from the Hammond Police Department effective December 10th. Do I have a motion approving the chief's recommendation?
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we have correspondence from Fire Chief Jeff Smith advising a 1998 Chevy pickup truck has been donated to Public Works. Do I have a motion approving that vehicle transfer?
So moved.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next, we have item I, an emergency order to demolish property at 820 to 822 Wilcox Street.
All right, Mr. President, do you have the file there?
Yes.
Okay, if you can take a look at the pictures, this was the building that blew up. And as you can see, we've given them some time to take care of it through their insurance company. as you can see, it's blown up and there's just a big pile of rubble, and it's the city's concern now that, you know, scrappers or kids or somebody's gonna be crawling around in there and get hurt, especially with this kind of weather, somebody could get trapped. And so I'm asking the board to please order an emergency order to demolish. As you can see from the notice, I've sent notice to everybody, including the insurance company, and I don't believe anybody's here unless I haven't seen them yet. Oh, okay. So what are the plans for the demolition of this property? It can't stay like that.
Yeah, my name is Lester Stokes, and we're asking for extending additional 14 days to conclude negotiation process with the insurance company and I have a letter here, and I give it to,
Sure, you can give it to the board, but where is the insurance company that,
this is a letter from our adjuster. And we would also like to know if we're going to be allowed to rebuild there in that location because of the codes.
okay, well, that wouldn't be for this board to decide, that would be for the BZA.
Okay.
I mean, I can show the board the letter. It'll probably take us actually this much time to accomplish it, but in the meantime, if they never reach an agreement, it'll sit there forever. I mean, as this board has seen many times with the insurance company, they don't really seem to be in any.
Well, my comment?
Sure, go ahead.
Yes, what we've been told is that we should have an answer before Christmas. And so that's why we're asking for the 14 days.
May I ask the answer to what?
To the total of what it's going to be for it to rebuild or to repair, but we don't think it's going to be repaired.
The build won't be made until, one, the foundation will be checked to make sure that, or removed.
Yeah,
The land that you're gonna be, I'm sure the city will do any way we can if possible, rebuild on that.
yeah,
What we are worried about now, is concern is with the safety
for
of
safety.
everyone around there, including kids that may be interested in seeing what's going on in there.
Yes,
So removing of the debris, the building itself, won't interfere with any negotiations going on with the insurance company. Either the insurance company's gonna step up and do this for whatever cost it's gonna be, or we want to do it because they're not.
right. But how much time do we have to do that? Because
Not
we,
much.
not much?
I want to get the contract here as soon as possible. I mean, I'm very concerned of the site and condition. So,
Probably could have a contractor out there next week.
I could probably, yes.
Probably,
Dan was the one that was putting the bid for the emergency demo, in their particular equip, so, I mean, if I don't hear from the insurance company and what their action is, their contractor's gonna have to be licensed. They can enter a contract with Jan themselves, but I see no reason to delay the removal of the debris from this building. It won't interfere with what the future is gonna be for this at all.
No, but they need, they asked them for time. It was out 3 or 4 times this week.
We've given them time, and there's been no contact with Chris Cantor, corporate counsel.
how long has it been since that happened?
That happened on,
It's in the notice.
It happened on the 21st of November, but we just received the letter. I just received my letter a couple days ago.
which is typical for insurance companies, they're in
No,
no
no,
hurry.
the notice.
Oh,
I sent a letter to the insurance company immediately, and of course, I received that, there was no response, and it's been a month. It's been a month.
I think that we should proceed. There's concrete blocks that look like they're just balanced up there that could fall on somebody's head and kill them.
Cold, wind,
I'm
snow.
sure there's rebar and stuff in there that
And
somebody could
that's why
inhale that.
people are gonna go in there to start scrapping, and it's, you know, because of the weather, it's gonna kill somebody. I mean, I gave the insurance company 3 weeks, nobody has contacted me, they have my information. I mean, how much longer do we have to wait until somebody gets killed?
May I suggest I contact JM, find out how soon they can start. If the insurance company can either contract JM or another licensed contractor in between that time, fine, let's go. Other than that, we have JM start doing their demolition and removal as soon as possible. And it's fair, you can instruct your insurance company to contact us.
Yes, I can.
If they can beat JM out there, great.
Okay, well, let us know when Jim's coming out, so I'll know. Okay.
I mean, I don't know what they're
My
doing
name
right
is on
now.
there, on the letter that you sent out?
Yeah.
and all my information is there. My phone number you should have that. If not, I can make sure you get that. I can give you my email, whatever you need. And I'm willing to work with you to get done what we need done.
Real quick.
And now you, the person is a matter of safety.
Yes, I understand. Yeah, I understand.
Do their investigations and now that.
Yes, yes, I understand.
Is Richard Rankis your adjuster?
Yes, he's a,
I wrote him November 23rd.
okay.
He has never gotten a hold of me.
Yeah, that's the insurance adjuster.
Yeah.
We hired another, our own independent adjuster.
Okay.
His name is, but his name is, James Calker. He's the one that wrote that.
Right, but I'm just saying,
Yes,
you know, I got no and this is what it looks like right now. Do you disagree?
I agree.
Okay. I mean, I'm afraid somebody's gonna go in there to scrap and get killed.
Mm-hmm.
Because you know, if there's anything made out of metal, it
They
doesn't,
want it.
yeah, it doesn't last long.
They already been in there, I understand. Got the hot water heater and computers, all that stuff they can take in. So,
Okay.
I'm requesting that the board enter an emergency order to demolish. If the insurance company suddenly decides they want to contact me after 3 weeks now, they can do it, but I'm just going to proceed forward with the fact that they're not going to do it.
so your information is on this letter that I have?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll make sure that someone gets in touch with you
Okay, yeah.
immediately. That's my decision, okay? All right, thank you.
I'm gonna make a recommendation to enter the order to do an emergency demo.
I'm abstaining due to the fact that I have been involved in the investigation.
So I will concur with that motion. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those against? Motion passes. Item J, notice of violation hearing on property located at 4413 Toll.
Okay, this is
Is there a property
a,
owner here? No?
but we had a meeting with the property owner, with myself and Jaime, to explain what we are looking to have accomplished at this property. So the owner is aware of what we're asking and has agreed to make the necessary changes. It is our position that this property has a illegal non-conforming second floor apartment and 2 non-conforming cellar bedrooms that we're asking the board to affirm for removal based under the premise of lack of fire separation and building permits being pulled for the second floor apartment and the lack of meeting minimum ceiling height requirements and emergency escape and rescue openings for the cellar bedrooms. The bedrooms were ordered or requested to be removed in 2011. The owner subsequently came in, pulled the permit to perform that removal and never followed through on that. The second floor apartment in 1942 had permits pulled to create 2 bedrooms. However, it was not listed as a apartment at that time. There are also permits from 1942 pulled for electrical and plumbing. However, those clearly state that they are for a 1-story residence, and they were not for that, the creation of an apartment. There's a lack of fire separation, as well as no building permits, as well as the property does not meet the zoning requirements to be used as a 2-unit. Therefore, we are requesting that the board affirm the removal of the second floor apartment and cellar bedrooms as we work with the owner to bring the property into compliance.
Make a motion to affirm the order.
Second.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. Item K, notice violation hearing on property located at 4036 Johnson.
This property was inspected through the Hammond Homebound program and was discovered to contain the makeup of a cellar apartment and bedroom. This is a single-family home, clearly that was built that way, and these things were added after the fact. The apartment and bedroom do not meet the minimum ceiling height requirements. More than 50% of this floor space is located below grade, which would classify this area as a cellar. And we do have clear ordinances with Hemi Municipal Code 96.068, use of cellar for habitation prohibited, and therefore we would request that the board affirm the removal of this habitable space. Now, the owner has been compliant, and there should be an attached agreement to the file packet. Due to the fact that she is going through the Hammond Homebound program to obtain this property and receiving the down payment assistance, it is a requirement that the property meet minimal housing standards and be in a safe condition due to the city's involvement in the purchase. Therefore, the agreement has been signed, and the owner has agreed to make the necessary changes within the 60 days that was allotted. So I ask that the board affirm the removal of this cellar bedroom and apartment.
Make a motion to affirm the order?
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye. Those against, motion passes.
Thank you.
Item L, notice of violation hearing on property located at 4329 Torrance.
Okay, this is a two-story property which is owner occupied, which has a second floor apartment. The owner contacted me to set up an inspection to see what he would need to do to eliminate that apartment. So this is a voluntary removal. The owner does know that there were no building permits pulled, and the property is not zoned to hold a two-unit. The actual removal itself has already been concluded, so I just asked that the board affirm the removal. Therefore, in the chance of a change of ownership, we don't have to come back again and deal with this. But the owner has already voluntarily removed the apartment. It's just him and his family living there. So we're just asked that the board affirm the removal so that this property can remain a single-family home in which it was intended.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye. Motion passes.
Thank you.
Next, we have a rental registration hearing on property located at 7549 Catalpa. Are all these properties all together, or are they all individual?
Yeah, in that one, they're all together, different owners, same property manager.
Okay. Well, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is that this one? Tillman Assistant.
Okay, all right.
Are these all single family or?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, I can go ahead. My name is Artavia Smith. I represent Century 21 Affiliated, the property management company for all these properties. I came in to appeal the $500 fine that we received because we were unaware of the registration process or the not paying the $500. So I wanted to appeal that.
These are the only properties that your company manages in the city of Hammond?
Yes, sir.
So what we have is, I can go one by one. There's a few that are registered through our Zone Pro. We don't have registered on file, so we're thinking that they went through some basic for collections. One of them is registered, 6542 Rhode Island, so no action needed on that
So
one.
is that just for this year?
Just for this year.
They were registered
All
previous
these
years?
just for this year.
Okay, were they registered in the past?
Yes, they were,
Under
in
this?
14, 15.
No,
Different
not
property
under this
managers.
Okay.
Okay, 7549 Catalpa, we have not registered at all, O's for 16. So pretty much the only one in question we have right now is 7549 Catalpa. Everything else on our system looks like it's been registered, and looks like it's been through Smith Sursa, so.
So we've gone through that process of the collections on the other 5 properties?
I would imagine so, yeah, it's, like I said, it's in our system, we don't have anything on file, but why would it be in our system without,
Are you aware if that's the case?
No, ma'am, I'm not.
Where did the $500 late fee come from?
I got this November 17th.
you see it?
So is there only one $500 late fee or 5?
No, just one that I received.
What is that? Shouldn't they have caught them all?
Well, I wonder if they didn't separately, that one just didn't get sent there.
Okay.
I believe what had happened is their manager, previous manager had them registered except for 7549 dollars. Being that we have a new property manager and the letter is basically what they feel coming from the board.
All right, I'll make a motion to waive the late fee. That property does need to be registered for 2016 at a rate of $5. And all the properties will need to be registered with the city at the beginning of the year. Okay?
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Item N, rental registration hearing on property located at 1618 173rd Street.
Say your name.
Rakesh Kumar. I only bought this property about 3 months ago, and I rented this on October 1st.
One unit?
And all he does is go for 16. So it was never registered on the previous owner.
Okay. I'll make a motion to waive the late fee. Again, you will need to register this property for 16 at a rate of $5, and then again at the beginning of the year.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next, we move down to a request to subdivide property received from Brian Poland, Director of Planning. This is an outlot along the bike trail. Brian says it doesn't affect it, but it will cut out a portion at 169th Street, 17 foot by 282 foot, in order to make available for potential purchase. You familiar with that? It looks like it's this piece here. This is 169th and Southeastern.
Is this,
So the bike trail, no, no, the bowling alley is up. Yeah, this is by Corellis.
Is this the, parking?
No, this is an outlot that looks like somebody wants to buy, maybe for access, maybe Corellis, huh?
Is this the parking lot in Corrales? Are we going to see one of the pictures? All right, we're gonna,
You just want to refer to engineering?
yeah, okay. All right, we'll make a motion to defer action and, send to engineering for review.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next, we have correspondence received requesting residential parking or no parking signs in the area of Holman Avenue and Hune, and a noise complaint regarding Kevin's Automotive with U-Haul, 4344 Holman. These probably both need to be referred to the appropriate departments. The residential parking to Gary Gleason, and the noise complaint to environmental management. Do I have such a motion?
So moved.
Motion and second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye. Item Q, correspondence received requesting residential parking only signs for 6904 through 6923 Magoon due to inadequate parking due to an apartment building located at 6905 through 15 Magoon. This is another one that needs to be sent to Gary Gleason for recommendation.
Motion to send to Gary Gleason for recommendation.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
But Mr. President, we need to be careful how we phrase that sign, because people are living in the apartments and they are residents.
Yeah.
So it's gonna have to really be pretty specific.
Well, that's why we usually have Gary look at it and see what the issues are.
I'm sure he's listening right now.
Yeah, I'm sure he's listening.
No, they're not.
Motion is second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we have correspondence received from Knights of Columbus requesting a street closure of the first 250 feet of the 1900 block of Atchison, 119th to the alley behind the Knights of Columbus on Saturday, December 31st, into Sunday, January 1st for the pierogi drop.
What's that?
They're going to drop a pierogi from their building, a giant pierogi.
What could go wrong?
It's for New Year's Eve. You know, they have the ball drop. So they're going to have the pierogi drop. So if it's cold like today, they probably won't have a big crowd. But they've actually closed this section of street before. I think they're going to drop it from the building across the street, which is because Staverton said it was like a 100-foot drop. It looks like maybe 60. So, do I have a motion approving the request? Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next, we move down to matters from other board members. Oh, here's my agenda. The first thing we have here is a proposal from Vigilant Solutions. It was sent here from the police department.
Yes, this has to do with the police cameras that will be in license plate readers in the police vehicles and at different points throughout the city. They've been working with other communities in the area, and Vigilant is the sole source to provide this equipment and service. So I'd like to make a motion to approve Vigilant as the sole source provider for this.
Second.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. Next, we have a change order, number 1 for the installation of the new Hawk signal at 165th and Howard. This is for the installation of a turning vehicles yield to pedestrian signs, and the change order is an increase of $275. Do we have a motion approving the change order?
So moved.
Motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This is another copy of that change order. Next, we have a proposal for geotechnical exploration services for Holman Avenue reconstruction between Hoffman and Hune with ATC. And the cost estimate on this is a lump sum of $5,850. Do I have a motion approving the ATC soil boring, probably? The contract.
Second.
Motion to second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Those against, motion passes. We have another agreement with ATC for geotechnical services on 165th between Summer and Kennedy. This one has a lump sum price of $5,270. Do I have a motion approving that geotechnical agreement with ATC?
So moved.
Second.
Any questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye. Next, we have a memo from the Hammond Fire Department. And it looks like it's a job action. Do I have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Motion and second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
This is just another copy of the ATC one, but it looks like it's not, and so is this. This is just for board informational purposes only.
Okay.
And we have an agreement with Midwestern Electric, a contract for the beach lighting project. This has been reviewed. Chris, did you? It was awarded, so we're just signing the contract today. Do you know what the dollar amount is on it? I must have missed it. $152,987.74. Do I have a motion approving the contract with Midwestern Electric for the Beach Avenue lighting project?
So moved.
Motion and second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Next, we have the cover sheets for Chicago Street Widening and Reconstruction Phase 3, and the one for Part 1. So these just need to be signed by the board members. Do I have a motion approving the signing of the cover sheets for the plans for the Chicago Avenue Street project?
Motion to approve.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. Questions or comments? Hearing none, those in favor say aye. Do we have any other matters from other board members? Matters from other department heads or their representatives? New business? Old business? Meeting's open to the public. Is there anyone in the audience who'd like to step up to the microphone? Yes, sir.
Speak with you a minute. I do have
State your name again for
my
the
name
record.
is Lester Stokes from 816 Wilcox, the explosion that was there.
Right.
I did get a estimate, a quote from J&M Demolition, and we was just waiting for the okay to go ahead and do it. So I do have it here. Okay. And he
I mean, we still need to enter the order, though.
yeah, I'm not against that. What I'm letting you know that we are working on it, okay? And
Your insurance company shouldn't be helping you out here.
I know,
That's the part that's getting me.
but you know how the insurance companies do.
That's why we get to do what we have to do.
Okay. Right, I appreciate you for doing what you're doing. I'm just asking for just a little bit, just bear
Like
with
I
me.
said, we're gonna enter the order today, I mean, nothing's gonna happen today, it's 4 degrees.
Right, we should have at least a week.
Email and the phone number on there. From your insurance company, and if questions or any problems over there, email me, contact me. Get this moving. If they're ready to move, we are too.
Okay,
Okay,
all right, thank you.
thank you. Is there anyone in the audience? Anyone in the audience? If not, do I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
To adjourn.
Motion and second. Questions or comments? Hearing none. Those in favor say aye.